Well, good morning, everybody. Now, we are starting today's show with a new weekly segment called Education News You Can Use, which features ways to make your kids' education better. To start out our first segment, we're going to tackle the AzMerit testing, and Tucson Country Day School wants to make sure parents and students are prepared for the change. Dr. Deborah Anders and Stephanie Lopez have all of the information for us, and they actually joined me this morning. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
So, I know a lot of us parents are definitely kind of knee-deep in these standardized tests, but let's talk about AzMerit and how it is different from the Ames test.
It's different in two basic ways. One is that it's based on the new standards, the Arizona College and Career Readiness Standards, and it's also much more rigorous than the Ames was.
So Ames is gone. This has completely replaced Ames?
Except for science.
Oh,
we still
except for
do
science.
Ames science.
Okay, so when did that even happen, this changeover?
This is our second year with AzMerit.
Okay, and how do you feel like it's going so far?
Well, we don't test at our school till next week.
Okay.
So Stephanie and I have been taking care of the logistics, getting the test booklets ready, the pencils sharpened and with new erasers, and getting teachers signed up with their list of kids who they will be responsible for. There's a lot of test security, so things have to be locked up. And we have to make sure that everything's ready to go for Monday morning when we get started.
Well, it sounds like you are organized and set for the next week, which is great for students. And let's kind of talk about some of the subjects that we're going to be tackling in this AzMerit test.
So AzMerit covers reading, writing, and math, and then Ames is still science. For writing, the students have to read a few passages and then write a response. So it's really focused on them finding evidence in the text that they've read and then writing about that. Whereas Ames used to be just, here's a prompt, an idea to write about, now go write. So it's very different. In reading, they split it into two parts, so it's not too much at once. Same with math. And one of the big differences is that it's not just multiple choice, there's also kind of open constructed response. So students have more opportunity to show what they know besides A, B, C, D.
You know, and it sounds a lot like it's not as scary as maybe the Ames was. I mean, I remember taking standardized tests in schools and you get nervous for it. But it seems like even in our house that the kids are a little more relaxed going in, which I like to see as a parent. So who are we really talking about taking this specific standardized test? What grade levels, what students?
Well, across the state in grades 3 through 12, at our school grades 3 through 8, but only 4th and 8th graders take science.
Oh, okay.
So we have an extra day for them. But I do want to say just something about what Stephanie mentioned about the writing. It did used to be a prompt with Ames, and it was about a paragraph, and the kids would write the prompt and then respond to it. It's different. You asked earlier how it's different. Even in AzMerit, if it's computer, some kids will take the test on computer this year and some will take it in paper, and those are different because on the computer-based, for the writing prompt, students might read 1 or 2 passages and then watch a video, and what they're asked to do is synthesize the information. They might need to write an argument, write a letter, write a presentation, give an opinion, and then they use all the information from what they've read or viewed in order to construct their response. And in paper, obviously, they can't see the video, so there will be several passages for them to read and synthesize. So that's the rigor that's different from Ames, but we've been working really hard at our school to practice those. Every month we have a prompt. They read some text or they watch some videos, and then they try to put together a response from all that different information, because that's what we do in life.
Yeah.
We read lots of different things, we talk to different people, we watch things on TV, and then we form opinions.
Right.
And the most important part is that we can back up our opinions with evidence, so that's something we work really hard on.
And I know Tucson Country Day School is so great at that anyway, year-round, even without these standardized tests. So I have a feeling your students are going to be extra prepared for this test. And I really like that they're not just sitting down, handed a piece of paper and a pencil and say, go. No. I mean, this sounds like we've really incorporated some other things that make it maybe even a little more interesting to get through the testing process. Right. So the kids are doing this during school time?
They are.
Okay, and so then how do we find out maybe the performance levels of the students after the test?
Well, and that's another thing that's changed from Ames to AzMerit. It used to be falls far below, approaches, meets, and exceeds, and now we're at minimally proficient, partially proficient, proficient, and highly proficient, so that's going to be very different for parents when they get the report. But the state has done a really nice job of creating a 2-sided piece of paper that gives not only the children's scores, where they fall on that range of being proficient, and then where their children did really well, on the backside it will say your child did best in these areas on the test. So there's a lot of information on that one piece of paper that will come home to parents.
This is really different. I feel like this is a huge upgrade. This is the first time you're hearing a parent say, like, I love this. This is great, because we get to learn more about our students and how they're learning and their education is going as well. So kind of on that note, I know a lot of parents want to help our children to be as prepared as possible so that the stress is kind of minimized going into these tests. Any advice you can give for parents at home?
I think the number one thing really is attendance, to make sure your child is going to school every day and they're on time and they're not missing things. But kind of coming up to the test right now, a good healthy breakfast in the morning will make a huge difference. Staying calm yourself, sometimes it's interesting, parents are more nervous than the students are. You know, the kids know, I've been learning this, I've done this, I've practiced this. But staying calm and helping them stay calm and just really encouraging them.
Definitely. Well, great advice. And I'm so glad you both joined me this morning to kind of talk more about this test so that parents know exactly what's going on at school. And I look forward to our future segments with you.
Thank you so much
for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And to learn more, you can call 296-0883 or visit tcdcharterschool.com. And watch The Morning Blend next Wednesday for more education news you can use with Tucson Country Day School.